Hey guys, Comic Uno. Today I'm doing a review for Young Justice, Usual Suspects, episode 25, season 1. So let's talk about this episode. Before I start this episode, just want to say that, spoiler alert, there's big spoilers in this review. So pause this review, go watch Young Justice, and then come back and watch this review. Because the mole is revealed in this episode. Something that's been building up for, this whole season is finally revealed. So let's talk about this episode. Roy Harper is finally becoming a member of the Justice League, and everyone's happy. Young Justice team is happy because they're like, oh, sidekick, represent, So someone's representing us in the Justice League, and then Justice League is happy because they have a new member. And Green Arrow's happy because it's his sidekick. So a lot of people are happy because Roy is finally getting into the Justice League, which is definitely deserved. And something else that's going on in this episode is that Miss Martian, Artemis, and Superboy reveal their secrets. Superboy is half human from Lex Luthor's DNA. Artemis has a family full of villains. Her sister's a villain. Her parents were and is a villain. And Miss Martian is a white Martian. So everyone's like, I'm going to finally tell the team. First, Superboy reveals, reveals his secret. Then Artemis reveals her secret. And then Miss Martian reveals her secret. So that's been building up since the beginning of the season also. Just these secrets finally being revealed to the team, and really everyone accepting them, even though they were hiding, being half human, having villains in their family, and being a white Martian. Also, in the end of this episode, we find out who the mole is, which is Red Arrow, Roy Harper. We find out that Roy was being used by the Injustice team. And I think he didn't know he was the mole because I think they had these computer things. And my guess is they used that on him because in the end he's like, oh wait, I'm the mole. So he didn't know he was the mole. And they used that to control all the Justice League now in the end. And they're all bowing down to the Injustice League. So, and that was the end of this episode. So a lot happened. Stuff that was building up through this whole season. Again, with Superboy, Miss Martian, Artemis, finally telling their secrets to the team, and then having the mole revealed, which is something that was big build up. That was like one of the biggest stories in season 1. So definitely great episode because of that. It's just that it was all that build up finally exploded into this episode, and I loved it personally. It was a really great episode, and they just did everything right. And it's just, they surprised me also with the mole. Like, who knew Roy Harper was gonna be the mole? I mean, I guess I didn't think anyone else on the team was the mole, so I wasn't surprised in that, in that idea, no one in the main team being the mole. But Roy, like, who knew? I mean, I guess I like Roy, too, so that was kind of upsetting also. So I'm like, Roy's the mole? Come on, like, I was very surprised, and I like that, though. I like that I was surprised. That the mole was somebody that I didn't expect, and that makes the episode even better. Like, I like being surprised. I like having some suspense, and there's a lot of suspense in this episode. So, definitely a great episode. The only thing I didn't like about this episode was there was a new character introduced in this episode, Rocket. And I'm like, we had so much story in this. I don't know if it was the right time to introduce a new character, because like the whole entire time she's like, so this is how everyone acts every day, like she didn't really know what was going on, which is totally, understandable. But I just felt like it just wasn't the right time to introduce a new character in this episode because just so much happened. There was enough story, they didn't have to introduce a new character. But still, I think she's an interesting character, and hopefully episodes come we'll learn a little bit more about her character and see like more about her personality, because we really didn't really get to see her character shine in this episode because, again, so much else happened. Stuff that, again, has been building throughout this whole season exploded in this episode and was revealed, and, just all these main stories just being revealed. And being us just finding out who the mole is, everyone confessing everything. It's just like so much going on in this episode. I don't think they really needed extra character being put in. But Still a great episode. I recommend you guys watch it. I can't wait until the next episode because, again, from that last scene, we get to see the Justice League being controlled by the Injustice team, and the Young Justice team having to fight the Justice League. So half those sidekicks, those are their superiors. You know, they're the superheroes and they're the sidekicks. You know, so beating the superhero and trying to defeat them. That's going to be a big episode, and I'm excited to see who will win the Justice League or Young Justice and how the Young Justice would win if they do win, you know, and seeing how they would react to who the mole was, you know, and see how Roy would react of himself being the mole, at least seeing him react a little bit more. So, definitely a good episode. I give it 4.5. Again, just a little problem of having a new character introduced, but still a good episode. Watch it. Everything that was building up came in this episode. This is the episode you were waiting for, I would say. Throughout the whole season, this is the episode that, you know, really told us a lot, you know, and really was suspenseful, had a lot of action. Great. So I give it a 4.5. I really liked this episode, and tell me what you guys thought about the episode in the comments below. And also, guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter in the description below. There'll be a link for both my YouTube Twitters, The Rand Situation, Comic Uno. Just have news about those videos. I hope you guys enjoyed, and again, tell me in the comments below what you thought about this episode. Were you surprised who the mole was? Again, I was pretty surprised. And who did you think was the mole before this episode? And this is Comic Uno. Bye, guys.